Hi, everybody. Excuse me. Oh, why is it whenever I speak, I suddenly get a frog in my throat? Anyway, welcome back to Karidoesstuff, and welcome back to my model bench. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Just check that the music's not too loud. I might want to wind it in a little bit, just a smidge. Here we go. Or maybe not. There we go. I'm good. It's good to see you, Creamy. Good to see you, Nads. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Right, so let's head into here. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Okay, so first things first. I know you're all asking. No, Cookie didn't come back. I have not seen Cookie, so I'm afraid the stream's dead now. Then, isn't it? Really, the channel's dead without Cookie. But I'm sure she's out there somewhere living her best life. So I needed to update you on that one. So no, we haven't seen Cookie today. Um, no, you're cool. I was gonna say that's it. Channel done. There was my gimmick. A little bird on my shoulder. That was my gimmick, and now it's all gone now. Anyway, no, I haven't seen Cookie, but I'm sure she's doing fine. So the next thing is we're going to be painting Arthur Morgan's head today, and here it is. Here is his head. Ooh. Now, I have never done this before. Now, sure, I've painted minifigs heads and faces on like Warhammer stuff, orcs usually. So it doesn't really matter how you paint those because they're orcs. They look the way you want them to look, and they're quite small as well, a lot smaller. And so you just paint them and you put some highlights in and some lowlights in and some wash on them, and then you're done. Looks pretty orcish. Problem is today we've now got a well-known figure um, that I have to paint that I'm going to have to at least make look recognizable. Well, at least as a human being, and not as some grotesque, pale version of an orc. So that's the plan. Oh dear, I do have a frog in my throat. So I got a bunch of colours. I've got some browns, some pinks, some yellows, some reds. I've been watching a few videos on how to do it. So I think we should just get on with it and just see what happens. I mean, this will be my first attempt at a face and a head. If it doesn't go right, it's fine. I can just paint over it and do it again until I start to lose some of the detail. And then I'll just repaint. I need to turn the music down a bit. I'm starting to shout over it. I don't want to be shouting over it. Just let me know if the music's too loud and I will turn it down. It shouldn't be too loud at the moment. It's not even a third of my voice at the moment, so it should just be background music. So let me know if the music's too loud for one thing. So yeah, we're just going to crack on, see what happens. So let's move on to the workbench. I can never remember what the shortcut keys are for my workbench. 8. There we go. Oh, that actually worked this time. Right. Oh, hang on. I didn't even move the camera down. Right. So is that bright enough? Yeah, that's bright enough. That's good. Right, let's just turn this one on. That just adds a little bit of fill. Okay. Oh, it's not actually bright enough, is it? All right, hang on a minute then. Let me go down to here and where is my main bench camera? There we go. I need to just mess around with the properties here a little bit. Turn up the brightness all the way. There we go. And put it back on the main bench and turn off studio mode. There we go. That's much better. Right. So let's get rid of that. So here we are. Here is just move that down. Hey Amu, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, so maybe that is a little bit brighter than I need it to be. No, you can still see it. It's right. It's not. Maybe that is too bright, actually. Yeah, I do it like that, and you can't even see him. So, right, let me just get the brightness correct on here. Come on, sit up there, Arthur. All right, he's not going to sit there properly. Let me just turn the brightness down just a smidge, so we can see what's going on. Hey, Moo, it's good to see you, Moo. You're off work today, aren't you? That should be better. Yeah, that's a bit better. That's a bit better. Okay, good. Yes, and we're going to be playing some 7 days later on, hopefully. We're going to take advantage of the fact that Amu is off work today for some 7 days. But I wanted to get some model bench done, and I've been sat here eagerly watching videos on how to paint faces, and I've been like putting it off, thinking, oh, I don't know if I should do that. Should I do that? So, but I can't sit him on there the way he is. He's just too pale. Looks like he's an albino. What is this? The country fair face painting? Yeah. I'm gonna make him into a tiger. Rawr. He wants to be Spider-Man, so we're gonna turn him into Spider-Man. Right, first of all, I need to find a decently sized brush. Not too big and not too small. So look what we got here. This one should work. Okay, so that's my painting brush. Now I need a mixing brush, because we've got to mix up some colour. Mixing brushes are generally older brushes. No, that's too soft. I like that brush. We're going to keep that brush. Oh, we're just going to use one of these then. Alright, fair enough. Right, so to start with, I'm supposed to paint him with a mid-tone. So now he was painted with kind of a flesh colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix up some flesh with a mid-tone, with a dark tone, to try and make a somewhat of a mid-tone. So here we go. I brought out my my wet palette. Now, as for a mid-tone, I'm thinking... Oh, actually, what I want to do is I've just got a picture of him up here. So I'm going to bring that up. So, for mid-tone, we're going to put in... Come on. Some of that. We're going to mix that together. And see if we can get a decent mid-tone. So, what we want to do is just mix some of this over here. Maybe a bit darker. There we go. That should be a good mid-tone for him, judging by it. So that's the mid-tone. So what we do, first of all, is we paint the entire face the mid-tone. So that should be fairly easy with a bigger brush, because you probably a bigger brush for that. And that's the softer brush. Here's one. This one I'll do. Oh no, that's a mixing brush. Really, I'll just sort out my brushes one day. This one I do. It's fine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to paint his face in this kind of... Actually, that's even too light. So I need to darken that up a bit more. let's grab that. That should do it now. Is that better? Yeah, it's a bit better. Just want to darken them up. We'll do the eyes later. At the end. Just as details. Doesn't matter if I go over his hair, because I can finish that up later. Got to make sure we get all of his that is a bit okay. Red, blue, and yellow can make skin colors. Yeah, red, a bit of yellow, and some brown can make a good skin color. Red, a bit of yellow, and some brown. Yes. So I have heard. I do want to actually turn the brightness down on this again because he is too bright again. You're not seeing what I'm actually doing. Oh, I've just painted his sideburns, but that's all right. So I'm going to finish painting this up. Then we're going to turn the brightness down again, another notch. It's a bit too bright. But I've got a whole set of sort of colours here that I can use for him. I purposely went out and bought some what I thought were skin tones. So let's just give him a brush over. Okay, let's turn this brightness down again because that's still too bright. So give me a second here. Main bench camera, here we go. That should be better. There we go. Right, okay. So let's fix that. So, right, so he should be of a fair paint. Right, so that's the base colour done. That's the easy part. All done, packed up. See you later. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. No. Not quite. We're going to wait for that to dry. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to mix some of that into, let's try and mix even like a lighter tone now. And try and scoop some of this out. Oh my god, look, the paint on the paintbrush is coming off. Right, so that's a lighter tone. So we're just going to work up lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter as we go. And I've got some like dark sand and whatnot, so we can work that in there as well. Right, so now let's take another brush. Right, now we've got to work out where the light is going to be hitting him. So it's going to be, well, where his, just having a look on here. So some of the cheeks. So around the cheeks. Around the bottom, around the top of the lip. Right, so let's see if we can blend this in. So I'm not doing that very well, am I? That needs to be blended in. Yeah, that's better. Just... It's very concentrated work. A little bit of hair on there. Yeah, detailing can be quite tedious, but it's also one of the most fun parts as well, because then you start to see like little details come out. And then the model starts to really sort to shine, you know. Just make sure I've got a wet brush so I can blend it in a bit better. Not that wet. Okay, a bit on his neck. Just get me on these. Right, so now we're going to leave that to dry for a bit. Right, and this just... There we go. Yeah, it's getting there. Just got to leave that to dry. And then we'll put a little bit more lighter, we'll go a little bit lighter on there. Hey, hello, Joanna. How you doing? Good to see you. Hope you had a great day. Hope it's not been too hot for you today. It's been quite a toasty day. It's been raining though, but it's still 22 degrees out there, so it's still, you know, fairly warm. You know, not too bad. Right. Okay, so now we're going to build it up a bit more. Too much paint, come on. Okay. And a lazy work day. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. He's getting there. There's a bit more. Need to maybe do a bit of... There we go. We're starting to come to life. Right, let's just have a look, see if there's any part of him that I'm not happy with. This bit's a bit dark, so we're just going to try and... Okay. Yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. Alright, so now we need to maybe do a bit of red on the lips. Alright, so we need to do another, need to do a, like a light pink areas. Yeah, it's coming together. Right, so let's look at some lighter colour. Hmm. Too watery. Okay, that was not too bad. I say this is the first time I've really done a face, so obviously I'm not going to be any expert at this. But I think he's coming across, he's coming out nice. Of course, the one thing I don't want it to look like is like he's just got war paint on, you know. So we gotta try and blend it a little better. I'm not very good at blending. It's my problem. So we just got to try and blend it in. Of course, I could give it a wash afterwards as well with I don't know what kind of wash I'm going to use on it, but that should hopefully as well tone down. So, oh my god, that's a bit way too. That will tone down some of the colours as well. It looks like he's got a milk mustache at the moment. Thank you. You know, I'm trying my best here. I say I haven't really faces. I've never really spent this long on faces. I'm no expert painter, but it's starting to come out real nice. I mean, there are some parts in there that I might want to sort of try and blend a bit more, blend a little bit better. So we're going to try and bring in. Milk stash. Yeah, he had a milk stash. That was the rage back then. A milk stash. Yeah, it was. I mean, to be honest, you could give him whatever you wanted as a mustache because you can decide how you want to style Arthur Morgan's mustache and beard. But I always try to keep him fairly clean shaven. I'm going to try and put some stubble on him later. We're going to try and go for some of that because even though he was clean shaven sometimes, it wasn't, you know, as close as what we can get now. So all right. Right, so we're going to need to blend this in a bit more. Here we go. Okay. The 90s was rocking that. Yeah, yeah. No, I think he's coming across pretty nice. He's coming across really nice. So yeah. So I think that's as light as I want to go. Looking at his skin, there is some darker areas. Now around the eyes, which I kind of want to pick out, and I've got to kind of do the lips. They're almost like red in areas, but they move down to a kind of very light pink on the outside. One thing I have missed to do on this layer is his ears. Yeah, that's better. Alright, so now we got to darken up some areas. So I think we can darken underneath like the eyes, underneath the lips, a bit underneath the chin. In the ear holes. He's got a couple of blemish marks on his. I mean, he's got like a red, like it's almost like a sunburn, but not a sunburn. It's like a kind of years of being out in the sun with sun on his face, kind of red tinge to it. So I've got to put a brownish, sort of like reddish tinge in there. But we're gonna try and do some brown now for the eyes, underneath the eyes. Now, we do have some. Right, so. Nope, there's not enough on there. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Now we're starting to get a bit of a face come out. I mean, it's a bit too light on screen, but it's not too bad. Again, like I said, I'm going to dull it down a bit with some wash, and that'll hopefully get into some of the recesses as well. And hey, he's getting there. Right, so now he sits there properly. Right. Oh. Alright, so we're going to paint his lips. Now his lips have got a bit of red in them and a bit of pink on the outside. So we're going to have to give this one a bit of a go. But it's kind of like a light red. So what I'm going to do here is I've got this Model Air Fire Red, which I use for the... Oop, don't knock him over. Which I use to paint the airbrush light of the sunset onto the horse. Now it's airbrush paint, so it should be fairly thin, and I can use it as kind of like a wash almost into his lips. So we're going to make it quite watery. It's already quite watery as it is, and just try and wash it into his lips. Now this might end up making his lips look ruby red, because it's quite ruby red. It's quite red. So we're going to try and, I mean, look at that, it's quite red. So we just try and wash some of that off. Just try and... And then we'll get another one of these. Right, and now we'll just work on the pink, just to sort of bring it in a bit. Again, if I fuck this up, I can just repaint it, it's not a problem. Yeah. That didn't turn out too bad. Like I say, it doesn't have to be bright red, but there is some red in there, and obviously I will bring that back in with some wash later on. So let's just do these bits. Just a little bit underneath. And then we just brush it off. Like so. Hey, it doesn't quite look as much like Eddie Izzard now. Alright, that wasn't too bad. That looks alright. But what we've also got to do is we've also got these, like he's got some red on his cheeks and nose. So we're just going to try and bring that into it as well. A bit of a wash. Yeah. Doesn't look too bad. I mean, obviously it's going to look better when you see it on as a photograph, when I've taken a picture of it. But it looks like he's got a bit of like sunburn and whatnot on his nose, but that's just going to tone that down just a smidge, I think. Just here. Now I think it's time. And where else? Oh, he's got a bit more red on top of the ears as well. So the top of the ears have been caught out in the sun a bit. So we're just gonna just top of his ears like so, and then down. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and get a wash on him. So try and tone down many of these highlights. Just tone it down and bring out those details. So I'm going to look at these washes and have a decide as to which ones I want to use. Inks and washes. Oh no, that's inks and washes are in here. Okay. Got black, rust, grey. So I got a few washes in here. Now I don't want to go full black. That would probably not be a good idea. So it's dark grey. It's maybe too dark. So I think it's going to be a between light rust and rust. And I think light rust. And that will hopefully pick out a lot of the details on his face. Now, I may end up completely screwing this up. If that's the case, live and learn. Although I'm probably not going to be as philosophical as that if I do screw it up. I'll be like, no! That's it, not doing any more painting. Goodbye, everybody. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how he goes. All right. Wish me luck, everybody. I've done all that hard work on his face, and now we're going to wash over it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I've got a couple of these cotton buds to my rescue. And we're going to try and turn him down just a smidge. Right, now. So I'm just trying to wash off some of this. There we go. Managed to wash off some of it on his cheeks. Right, so we're just going to apply some more colour just to bring out some of these. There you go. Yeah. Just putting back in some of the highlights that the wash may have knocked out. Now he looks as though he's been out in the sun for a long time. Of course, we're going to give him a beard. Or somewhat of a beard, anyway. So that's all right. Right, so next step, we've got the eyeballs. We've got to give some life into the old dog. So let's have a look to see what we got here. First things first, we need a white. Oh, just so happens I have a white. I also have a blue. Which kind of blue do I want? Royal blue. For his... Right, so we got a couple of there, and I need a black. Black. There we go, blackety black. Right. This is going to be a tricky one. Oh, what's happened to that white? Needs a good shake. There we go. Right, so now comes the delicate task. Painting the whites in his eyes. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, that's not too bad. That's good. Come on, Arthur, sit up straight. There we go. Right, so that's that. Next up, he has blue. He's got blue eyes. So this is going to be a tricky one because these are even smaller. Right. Watch me screw this up, ladies and gentle peeps. Oh, right. Did I screw that up at all? Maybe a little bit on the bottom, but we will do the black first. Before we off and call that done. Oh, why is this not opening? Okay, so that doesn't want to open. Need to find another black. There we go, that'll do. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, now there we have Arthur Morgan. Now he's got some eyes. He's starting to come alive now. Starting to come alive. So one thing I remember about Arthur is he has these vivid blue eyes. Oh, come on, dude.
So my head's heavier on the left-hand side. There's too much paint on it.
Okay, calm down, Arthur. Right, so now we need to do his hair and beard. That's going to be fun. Okay, it's not the best painted face. But, I mean, I'm pretty proud of it. Like I say, I've never done a painted face before. A face like this before. So I'm pretty pleased with it. He certainly looks more lifelike than he did when he was just, you know, basic pink. Right, so we're going to take a brown and try and mix it with some black. Oh, well, actually, that is the brown of his hair. Okay, so we'll do that then. Paint his hair now. Hey, that's a bit watery. What's going on? Oh, it's, I mean, Humbrol. It needs shaky. Not very well mixed together. There we go. That should be better. Oops, sorry, you can't see that, can you? My bad. It's not the best paint. A bit watery, for my liking. Okay. What I'm going to do is we're going to leave that to dry, and again I'm going to apply a wash to that, but this time it's going to be a dark colour for his hair. Dark wash for his hair. So we're just going to leave that to dry for a second here. Right. Rust. Wait, that's light rust. Just cleaning out the container here. I had the wash in for his face. What is the time? Oh, 8 o'clock. So I don't want to be going on too much longer. But we should be able to get his face done tonight within the next, what, half an hour. So give him some eyebrows, bit of a stubble. It's coming along nice. Then we glue his hat to his head. And then glue the whole thing into his body. Then he won't be the headless horseman anymore. Right, we're going to use dark grey wash on his hair, I think. Oh, that's my wash brush. Oh no, there's my wash brush. Use that. Yay. Again, gonna leave that to dry. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna mix up a black, a darkish brown for his beard. Because I mean, the hair, I know I used brown, and you think, oh, you could use the same color, but because I put a wash on it, it's darker. So we're gonna be using. Oh, that did open. Okay, good. So we're going to use the brown again, and this time mix it up with a bit of black. Make it dark. Right, now beards are a bit tougher because they're just going to look. I'm not going to be able to get the detail of a hair in there. So just going to have to try and mix it up and see what happens. Maybe that was a bit too dark. There we go. Something in the middle there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, let's just leave that to dry for a second. I don't want to get my fingers all over the fresh paint. Looking pretty neat. Yeah, thanks. Oh, it's a bit too high at the moment, isn't it? It's a bit too... There we go. So let's have a look, see what you think. I mean, the camera is putting on... There's a lot of light on him. He's not as bright as that. That's for sure. That's just... There's a high brightness on the camera there, but it's definitely getting there. And I'm going to have to paint on his beard in a minute. We've got about just under half an hour. Because like I say, I don't like doing more than 2-hour model bench streams if I can. Not only that, but I do have something I want to do afterwards. If Amu is still there, we're looking at doing some more 7 Days to Die today, because we're going to take advantage of the fact that Amu is off work. So hopefully she's done what she's wanted to do today. And we can play a little bit of 7 Days to Die later on. In about an hour. First of all, let's get to... Oh, she went to chill for a bit, did she? Oh, I asked her about that. I think she went back for a bit. She went back, went to chill for a bit. Okay. That's fair enough. And I've managed to paint on his bloody ear there, didn't I? Here we go. Okay. Okay. I was just going to leave that to dry. Now what I want to do is I want to take my detail brush and just put in some normal brown. Just try and bring out some, some of this long-haired stubble. So it's going to be just brown and some light brown. Okay. Why is that not? God, what's going on with my paintbrush? Why is it not? Not laying down any paint for some reason. Yeah, I think I don't. Like I said, I'm not very good at doing faces or anything like that. So I think we're pretty much done with the face. There's not much more I'm going to be able to sort of do with that, honestly. That I could think of how. I mean, it doesn't look brilliant. It doesn't look like super fantastic, but it's as close as I'm going to be able to get it, I think. So, with that in mind, let's pack up all this lot. And let's get some glue out and start putting him together. Okay, glue, 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 glue. Hat. Where is his hat? We need his hat. Right, that just sort of fits in. Like that. So we just some glue around the outside. Now, I'm not very good at painting people. That's probably the lesson we can take away from that. But, yeah, not how I was hoping it would turn out, but still, it's good enough for government work. Now the problem is, obviously, it's going to make the rest of him look a bit wonky, but it's not a lot I can do about that now. Like I say, first time I've ever painted like a face or tried to paint a face properly, so it just comes with practice, I suppose. So, you know, the more I paint, the more I will work out how to do it. So now we've got to fix him into his body, give him an actual body to play with. So what's going on? Is it? Yeah, let's glue some underneath. Now he has a body. Yay! Now his body has a head. There we go. There is my Arthur Morgan. Sure, not as good as I'd hoped he would be. His face is what's letting him down. I could be self-critical, and I can't turn and go, oh, that's amazing. The rest of it, I am in love with. I think it's absolutely amazing, all the textures and detailing and everything. I really do like that. But his face, I am not especially happy with. The problem is, um, I don't know how to fix it because I haven't painted faces enough to know what I could do. I know that it could have been probably done better, um, but I also know what my limitations are. Um, and when it comes to faces, they're just not forgiving enough. All this kind of stuff is kind of forgiving, because if you make a mistake, you can sort of, it could be like a, well, as Bob Ross says, a happy little accident, and it will make it look a bit dirtier or make it look like this or like that. And it's not too much of a problem. But faces and skin tones, they're less forgiving. You have to be pretty spot on, to make it look right. I mean, it's kind of like when you think about when I do my cars, the bodywork is the first thing you'll notice. So it has to be spot on. It has to be perfectly shiny with no runs and all that kind of stuff in it, because otherwise that will let it down and that'll be the first thing you pick up on. And faces are kind of the same thing. You notice it. Ability. It is. It is very much so. Yeah, you might be looking there going, "Oh my God, that looks really good." I don't know why he's complaining about, but I've seen that what could be better. I can always do more later. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could always like try and paint him a bit more later on when I feel like it. But you know, once he's done, I think he's going to be done. Um, but yeah, I mean, I'm not. I don't hate it. I am pretty proud of it. I do like it. Don't get me wrong, but I just know it could have been probably better. Um, I definitely know it could have been better. I do like it. It's just, it's just not quite to my taste, not quite to my liking. Um, Look, not quite perfection, as I should say. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think I've done really well here. Um, really well with him. So yeah. What is the time? Yeah, I've got 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pack all this lot up, and then I'm going to take some pictures of him to put on the blog. I'm going to take some pictures of him sat on the horse, um, before I sort of paint the colour on him, before I paint the sunlight on him. Then what we'll do next time we're back is we will fix the spurs onto the horse, fix his feet into them, and then we'll spray up the sunlight onto him and try and not ruin it. Just try and enhance it, somewhat. So, but yeah, I'm pretty pleased with him. He's not finished. He is going to change his look. Thank you. I mean, I am pretty pleased with him. It's just, I know he could have been a little bit better. He's got kind of a very detailed body, but he's got a kind of action figure look face. It's a very action figure like look face, which, yeah, it's all right, but it's not perfect. But the rest of him looks great. So we're going to spray up like highlights of the sun on him. Obviously, if the sun's come from this way, we're going to paint up some yellow onto him and some red, and then on the back we're going to have some shadows, some red highlights for the sun, and sort of mix them in. But that's for another day. I am going to put him on top of the horse and take some pictures of him. And yeah, that hat has been weathered. The hat has been weathered. I don't know what you mean. It is weathered, look. I like it that it's not like, because that is his like trademark thing. I know, I wanted it to be fairly new, but not too new. There is a bit of weathering on it. I have put a bit of weathering on it. On the sides and whatnot. Yeah, maybe because of the camera, yeah. it's not picking up everything. But I didn't want it to look like old and ragged. I did want to kind of, I don't know, make it look, because this is trademark hat. But I have put a bit on there. Yeah, the face is kind of action figure-y type. I mean, I like it, don't get me wrong. But I know it could have been better, but I just don't have the skills to make it better right now. And it's not because I can't have the skills. It's like I haven't done enough face painting. I haven't painted many faces. So I watched a couple of videos, and that's about all I've done. When I was doing my miniature figures with the orcs, it was just basically paint them green, a couple of highlights, and wash it and highlight it, and job done. But you know, it is what it is. But you know, I think it does the job. And the rest of it looks amazing. I am really pleased with that. So what I'm going to do is put him on a horse, take a few pictures, and put that on the blog after I've tidied up. First of all, I'm going to have a cup of coffee and a smoke. And that's it. So thank you very much. Thank you. So yeah, here he is. Here is my Arthur Morgan. It's about the size of my head. See? And he is looking pretty badass. It's like having an action figure, like that you made yourself. You know, like people collect action figures. They're like, oh, I like Superman, so they collect Action Man. My face. Here is my face. I might get one of those T-shirts from Aussie Man that says, "Hello, here is my face." It's like, that was quite funny. But yeah, it's like one of those things where you G.I. Arthur, yeah, where you like people like superheroes, so they buy action figures and collect them. It's like this is the model maker equivalent. You like a character, so you buy the model and you paint it yourself. So I've made my own action figure. He doesn't move, but nah, he's alright. He's pretty good. Right, so that's it from me for the model bench for now. Thank you everybody for coming to hang out with me. I really appreciate that. I always love it when you come and hang out on model bench. I know I don't do enough model benching. It's just finding the time or whatever. I don't want to go on too late in the evenings with it. But in about half an hour, I'm going to be trying to do some 7 Days to Die with a Moo. But there's something special with this edition of 7 Days to Die. So keep an eye out and come and join me and find out what it is. Or what it apparently is supposed to be. So I'm going to find out. Anyway, until then, again, thank you very much. Thank you for your continued support. Love you all, and I will see you next time. Cheers. Bye.